All right, we're going to jump in. Camilo's going to jump in at the end here. He might have some goodies to pass out. But welcome, everybody. Hi. How's everybody doing today on such a glorious day?
I'm doing good. I took a cold shower.
You did.
You need
And?
to take another one.
So you're going to be all super ADD today?
I think so.
That's good. Anybody else take a cold shower? Who takes ice baths in here? Anybody? But if you don't take a cold shower, everybody should at least try. There's a lot of benefits. I'm not going to go into them, but it's incredible. It's the best experience you'll ever experience. So real quick, 5 minutes-ish. Want to cover this. Feelings, thoughts, actions. Because a lot of the actions that you guys take, they are inspired by your feelings. But we'll start with feelings first. Let's say you are in a bad mood. It's 4 o'clock. You're not doing well. How does that make you feel? What are you feeling?
What am I feeling?
Negative. Okay. More specifically.
Like 4 o'clock?
Yeah.
I mean, it's only 4
But you're having a bad day. You just lost 2 or 3 deals in a row.
I'm pissed. So I'm pissed.
Okay. Pissed.
My ears.
Would everybody agree that pissed is a feeling? Angry,
Yes.
flustered, frustrated, desperate. Okay, so let's go with pissed. When you're pissed, okay, you're feeling pissed. When you're pissed, what are you thinking about?
Quitting.
Damn. Like,
Quitting. For real, if I'm pissed, I'm
So a thought would be, fuck this, I quit. That's the thought, right?
Right.
Right? A thought would be, you know what, I'm done for the day. That's the thought. When you guys have a frustrated, angry, pissed, sad, emotional feeling, the thoughts are things like this. Maybe violence is a little too violent, but yeah, you got one? Disappointed. Now we're go ahead. Say it again. Defeated. Yep. But I feel like we're on to it, right? Yes. Say it again. I didn't hear you. You're not gonna repeat. Say it again. Hold on. Okay. All right. So everybody got what we're doing? If you have a negative feeling, you'll likely have a negative action. So what would you do in this scenario? You're feeling pissed. So you're thinking bad things. How does that translate? Yeah, so like the action. So like what will you do with these thoughts and these feelings? First thing you want to do is identify how you're feeling. So we're going to break this down just for a quick minute. So let me pick on somebody.
I'm in therapy right now.
Yes, this is a therapy session.
Type shit.
Okay, so we'll use Aaron because I can always expect a fairly decent answer from you, I think. How do you feel right now?
I feel good, happy, excited.
Okay.
Phenomenal.
So right now you feel good.
Yeah,
Okay, you feel happy.
yeah,
You feel excited.
yeah.
Okay, so hone in on that.
Uh-huh.
Why?
I came back to work today.
I woke up this morning. That's a good one.
That's one. What was what you said?
I came to work today.
Came to work today. Let's use Danny for example. How do you feel right now?
I feel energized.
Energized? Okay. This is a battery.
I was wondering why you put A.
I probably could.
I was about to be mad too.
Okay, so right now you feel energized. Why?
Why you give him a little energy?
Because I walked the dog, I got my walk in, I ate breakfast.
Okay.
I feel energized.
So you're feeling energized because of the things that you've done this morning? Okay. Why did those things energize you? We need to get deeper. We need to get deeper. Huh?
I haven't been doing that recently, every week.
Okay.
But every day.
So these are like new things that you're doing or implementing now that you weren't implementing before? Trying to get back to?
I've been doing for the past couple weeks.
Okay. Now you know that if you do these things, you already know the way it makes you feel, and that feeling kind of carries you through the day, yes? So what are some of the things that you're doing?
Going for the walks, like the mental space with the walks is something I need.
Okay.
I'll do that more.
Gives you time to think, Okay, and then that causes, it's all cause and effect. Everything you do, it's all cause and effect, right? So how you feel is caused by what you think about, what you're doing, what you see, what you listen to, what you watch, who you talk to, so on and so forth, right? So right now, you know that if you do these things, these things in your routine, you'll feel energized, X, Y, Z. And then that feeling will create these thoughts, and those thoughts will then turn into positive action, right? Yes, would you agree? Okay, so there's something called, we're not done here yet. I still haven't found out what I'm looking for yet. Action. There's something called inspired action. The difference between action and inspired action is action feels like work. Inspired action doesn't. So when you are inspired to take action, you do things because you want to, because you're working towards something. But that all starts with something. It all starts with the way you feel. So we're kind of breaking this down, and we're getting down to something very specific, something that you all can control, regardless of the world around you. You can control this one thing. Somebody had their hand up? No? Go ahead. How do you feel right now?
How do I feel right now?
Yep.
I feel pretty good.
Okay, why? Good. You feel good.
Yeah, I feel good. Because I got some Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
Got some Starbucks.
Okay.
Started my day good.
Okay. So here's what's funny. Go ahead. You got one?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Inspired.
Inspired?
Inspired.
Why?
Because I got to take my cold shower and my music, which it puts me in a good headspace, and I get to have my me time, so it gives me serenity. So the fact that I can have my serenity in the morning brings me to myself. I can slow down, start my day off cool. It just makes me happy all in all and shit. So anything I got a problem with, if I do wake up with a problem, I deal with it before, come to work, I break with it. So
Okay. We're right there. So I have exactly what I need. Go ahead.
I feel relieved.
Relieved? That's good.
I
Why?
feel relieved because, one, not only did I get up and just clean my house and do everything I need to do, so when I get home I know it'll be good, but also I'm getting better at this job, so I feel relieved to like knock on the door today and be like, hey, I think I got it today.
Yep. Perfect. Good answer. Yours was good too. All your answers were good. So here's what I'm getting at. There's one word I'm looking for. It starts with a G. Gratefulness. What I heard you all say was that you were grateful that you woke up. You were grateful for the opportunity. You were grateful that you're here. You're in this room. You were grateful that you took your walk. You're grateful that you woke up. You're grateful that you had Chick-fil-A. You are all grateful, which made you feel good, happy, relieved, content, comfortable. Would we all agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Let me wrap this up so I can make my point. All right, everybody paying attention? Okay. If gratefulness made you all feel the variety of ways that you felt, put them all in the good category, okay? Then when you feel good, because we've just determined that if you feel bad, you'll have a bad thought and you'll have bad actions. So by that logic, if we replace pissed with happy, okay, now we're not pissed anymore. So now we're happy. So if we replace pissed with happy, by this logic, we'll have good thoughts and we'll have good action. Would everybody agree? Yes or no? Yes? Okay. Your feelings are generated by what you think about. Your actions are either inspired to be good, or you just kind of go through your normal routines of complacency and you're just in this robotic state of mind. A robotic state of mind is no way to perform in life. It's no way to be happy, and it's no way to get the consistency that you need in a business like this. So you have to look at it like it's data, like it's numbers. You have to look at like the analytics of the whole thing. Yes, we're talking about emotions, but emotions have data to it as well. Because if I was to pick 100 people today in Killeen and find out how many of those 100 people had a bad morning, will end up having a bad night, and I interview all 100 of them, well, chances are that number is going to be pretty high. So what you have to do is figure out what's generating and causing the bad, and you have to interrupt that pattern. So you first have to identify, number one, how do I feel right now? This is how you incorporate this in the field. Okay, so let me wrap it all up. If it's 5, 6, 7 o'clock, things just aren't going very well, or whatever time it is, the question you need to ask is, how do I currently feel? If the answer to that question is not good, then you have to replace that with something positive. You have to replace that with a positive thought, something happy, something that makes you feel good. Well, how do you do that? Well, that's where gratefulness comes in. You all just told me why you're grateful without telling me that you're grateful. So how do you inspire a good, positive thought, which then translates to positive action? You have to be grateful. So you practice incorporating gratefulness either in the mornings, you practice incorporating it in the afternoon, you practice incorporating it at night. If you do that and you are able to inspire something good, then you will now start to have a better feeling, which will inspire better thoughts, which will inspire better actions. So when you go door to door, you're going door to door making money, not because you have to, but because you want to. And that all started because you identify, wait a second, I'm not feeling very good today. I don't feel right. So you pause, you take a second, why don't I feel right? And then maybe you practice some gratefulness. So if you want to reverse engineer this whole process, you wake up grateful. Thank whoever you thank for the things that you have, and you go through your day grateful that you're here, that you're alive, that you're breathing, that you're talking, that you're walking, that you're driving, that you have a job, that you have food, that you can drink water, that you are surrounded by like-minded people. If you are grateful for the things that you have, actually grateful, like wholeheartedly, 100%, you are grateful to be here, to be alive, and to have the things that most people don't, well, all of a sudden, that'll generate some really good feelings. And we just covered that if you feel good, you'll think good. And if you think good, then the actions will be good. And if you are inspired to take action, you'll make a lot more money. It'll just help you move through your life, but really you get to control everything that goes on up here. Everything you want in your life is controlled by and powered by what you think. So if you can control what you think by how you feel, and you can course correct in the middle of the day, then now you just learned how to make double, triple, quadruple the money and be happy while you're doing it.
Kind of like manifestation. Is that what
Yeah, but it's in line with manifestation, yes. The visualization of things, the power of belief, believing that you can do things. Because if you don't believe that you're capable of doing something, I promise you never will. And I don't want to go off on a whole tangent because of what you just said, but the number one thing that you should remove from your vocabulary is I can't, and I can't afford it. Those are the two things that you should never ever say. If you walk by a nice car or a nice house and you think, oh man, I'll never live in a house like that, I promise you never will. If you walk by a nice car and you think, oh, I can't afford that car, and you think, oh, that's too expensive, I'll never buy that, I promise you will never buy or have the things that you want or that you look at or that you know other people have if you have the mentality that you can't afford it. Okay, and you call that whatever you want to call it, but you have to believe that you are capable of doing anything that you set your mind to. Like I genuinely and wholeheartedly believe that anything I do, I'll be good at. I believe that, 100%. Anything I do, I believe I will be good at it. And I may not be good at it at first, but I understand the progression of life. I understand the progression of trying new things. I may not be good at everything that I do, but if I really set my mind to it, I will do it. 100%, there isn't a shadow of a doubt that if I want something, I will accomplish that thing. And you can put me up to a lie detector and I will pass it because I believe it. And I think that's a lot of where some of you guys struggle with. You struggle with the belief factor. You literally guarantee the success of every day when you wake up and how you wake up and how you move through that day. And if you want to have a good day, you got to think good things. And it all starts with being grateful. So just to, again, to repeat, and then we're done, and then Camila will jump in. Your feelings generate your thoughts generate your actions. If you're not feeling good, you've got to put yourself in a better place. When I get in 40-degree temperature for 7 minutes, my entire body shuts down. I am able to think and control every thought that's in my head. I can control everything that's going on in my head. I have complete and total control over my thoughts. Well, most of the time, we don't have that power. In fact, and we just covered this a little while ago, on average, you'll have 50 to 70,000 thoughts a day. But what we learned last week is you can't think I can and I can at the same time. You can't be positive and negative at the same time. And if you think about that simple concept, you can't think I can and I can at the same time. You can't be happy and sad at the same time. So with that logic in mind, with that simple concept, then you get to control, am I happy? If I'm happy, why am I happy? Let's do that again. That feels good. Good things happen when I'm happy. So those are the basic principles of how you guys can make more money, right? It's not knocking doors and waiting long enough and practicing your intro. This is like life stuff. And whatever you want to call it God, you want to call it religion, you want to call it Jesus, you want to call it Buddhism, you want to call it the law of attraction, however you want to label it, it's all the same because it's all your thoughts, and your thoughts dictate your actions. And it's as simple as that. It's as complicated as that, and it's as simple as that. So practice this. If you do this, if you take it serious and you really, really, really practice it and you get really good at this, not only will you make more money, but you'll be happier, and you can use this for the rest of your life. So let's end on that. I have some more things I'll cover over the next couple of days, but any questions? All right, Camilo, thank you. Appreciate you guys. You're up. You're on deck.
Oh, Lord, how do I top that?